For more than 2 decades, the internet worked in a simple way. You had a question. You opened a search engine. You typed a few words. And the internet gave you a list of websites to explore. Billions of people learned to navigate the digital world this way. Search engines became the front door to the internet. Every website, blog, forum, and online business depended on people searching for information and clicking links. But for the first time in internet history, that system is beginning to change. And it may never recover. Artificial intelligence is transforming how people find information. Instead of searching through pages of results, users can now ask a question and receive a direct answer within seconds. No scrolling, no clicking, no visiting websites, just an answer. For users, this feels convenient. It saves time and removes friction. Why spend 10 minutes reading articles when an AI can summarize everything instantly? But that convenience may come with consequences. Because the internet was built on traffic, websites survive when people visit them. Creators earn revenue when users read articles, watch videos, and engage with content. Businesses rely on visibility to attract customers, remove the clicks, and the entire system begins to change. Imagine spending weeks researching and writing an article. The information is published online, indexed by search engines, and becomes part of the internet's collective knowledge. Then an AI reads that information, summarizes it, and delivers the answer directly to the user. The user gets what they need, but they never visit the original website. The creator receives nothing. Now multiply that process millions of times every day. The consequences become enormous. Many websites already struggle to compete for attention. Independent creators, small publishers, and niche communities rely heavily on search traffic to survive. If fewer people click through to websites, many of those sites may simply disappear. And that creates a strange paradox. Artificial intelligence needs information to function. It learns from articles, discussions, guides, research, and content created by humans. But if the people creating that information can no longer sustain themselves, where does future knowledge come from? The internet could gradually become an ecosystem where fewer people create original content while more systems consume it. The result may be a shrinking supply of human knowledge feeding an ever-growing demand for information. This isn't a distant possibility. The shift has already begun. Many users are replacing traditional searches with AI conversations. Questions that once led people to forums, blogs, and websites are increasingly answered by chatbots. The experience feels faster, more efficient. But efficiency isn't always harmless. Search engines once encouraged exploration. A question might lead you to unexpected websites, communities, and ideas. You could compare sources, evaluate different opinions, and discover information you weren't originally looking for. AI often removes that journey. Instead of exploring the internet, users receive a single response generated from countless sources behind the scenes. Convenient, but also limiting. The internet becomes less like a library and more like a vending machine. Ask a question. Receive an answer. Move on. Over time, this could change how knowledge itself is distributed. A handful of AI systems may become the primary gateway to information. Instead of millions of websites competing for attention, a small number of platforms could decide which information is surfaced and which information remains hidden. That concentration of influence worries some experts, because information is power. And throughout history, societies have struggled whenever access to information became controlled by too few gatekeepers. The internet was originally celebrated because it decentralized knowledge. Anyone could create a website. Anyone could publish ideas. Anyone could contribute. Search engines helped users navigate that enormous landscape. Artificial intelligence may reverse some of that process, not intentionally, not maliciously, but through convenience. People naturally choose the easiest option, and asking an AI is often easier than searching manually. The danger isn't that search engines disappear tomorrow. The danger is that they slowly become less important. One search at a time, one click at a time, one website at a time, until the internet begins to resemble something very different from what it once was. A place where fewer people create and fewer people discover. Because if AI becomes the primary way humanity accesses knowledge, the future of the internet may no longer belong to websites. It may belong to the machines that stand between us and the information we're trying to find. And when that happens, the death of search may only be the beginning.